Here's the truth. For most dancers, cross-training is putting a resistance band around your ankles and hoping it fixes all your life's problems. Resistance bands are the dance world's emotional support animal. Dancers use them for turnout, extensions, flexibility, trauma processing, everything. Here's the thing. If bands actually fix technique, every dancer would have a 6 o'clock développé and a stable pirouette by the age of 12. Just attaching bands to your ballet movements isn't cross-training, which is why today I'm going to break down the real hidden benefits of cross-training, the ones that actually change your dancing, protect your body, and turn you into a stronger, more durable dancer who doesn't fall apart mid-grande allegro. Understanding how to implement cross-training will actually improve your dancing faster than you might think. So let's get into it. Ballet is brilliant, but it's also extremely specialized. It trains control, grace, coordination, footwork, and even turnout. But it ignores entire areas of strength your body desperately needs. Hey, ballet, lift some weights. There are 8 fundamental movement patterns that every athlete must train, including the artistic ones. Lunging, squatting, hip hinging, vertical pushing, horizontal pushing, vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, and core stability. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did a horizontal pull in ballet class? Never. And that's the point. Ballet overloads certain muscles and undertrains others. Cross-training fills the gaps, builds a balanced body, and stops your technique from being held together by vibes and adrenaline. Let's talk about balance. Many dancers try to balance just by using sheer willpower. They're shaking like Bambi on ice. Just believe harder. Balance isn't belief. Balance is biomechanics. Using the 8 fundamental movements we talked about before, cross-training can help to improve your balance. Doing compound movements like squats, lunges, deadlifts, and even hip thrusts will improve the strength around your hips so they stay more stable. Doing things like planks, rotational core work, and even uneven farmer's carries will help your deep core control. Ankle exercises like anterior tibialis raises, calf raises, and even adding resistance to those workouts will help to improve your foot and ankle strength and endurance. Doing lots of different styles of movement will also help to improve your proprioception, which is your body's inner GPS. This is why dancers who cross-train in addition to their dancing find they suddenly can get consistently beautiful pirouettes, because it's not magic. It's science, physics, and a little bit of personality just for fun. If your stabilizers are strong, big flashy technique stops wobbling like a newborn giraffe because you're finally dancing with a body that's supporting what you're asking it to do. So if you've ever wondered why your balance is good on some days and not others, it's your stability screaming for help. Cross-train more. Here's where this gets really juicy. Cross-training is going to improve your jump height more than any number of sautés in class, because ballet sautés train endurance, not power. Power comes from your glutes, your hamstrings, calves, fascial fibers, hip flexion and extension velocity, and ground reaction force. And you don't get that from petit allegro and grand allegro alone, guys. That comes from lifting weights through strength training, adding in plyometrics, external conditioning. So again, we want to make sure we're training the strength of the legs through things like calf raises, things like squats, things like jumps onto and off of boxes to learn how to land, learn how to rebound, and learn how to make sure our body knows how to handle the forces we're putting them through when we're jumping in class. Dancers who cross-train jump higher, land softer, and recover faster. And yes, the secret to higher jumps is not more plie. It's stronger muscles that convert that plie into force. So here's the hidden secret that ballet never teaches. You actually need different types of training at different times of the year. Sometimes you'll focus on strength, where you're doing heavy weights for less sets and less reps. Think 3 to 5 repetitions, maybe 3 to 5 reps. Long rests, but heavy weights. Sometimes you actually need to just focus on building up the muscle so that you can strengthen it. This is what you're used to hearing in the gym when you hear like 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. That's going to be more hypertrophy based. It's going to build larger muscles, and it's going to help you then to build strength when you go into your strength phase. Some phases you're going to focus on conditioning, where you might be doing 15 to 25 repetitions of an exercise, but light weights. And in some phases you're going to taper off, so you're going to massively reduce your volume of exercise while keeping the intensity so that you hit that peak performance right at the right point. This is how every professional athlete trains, and dancers are athletes as well, whether the industry admits it or not. When you break down your training into hypertrophy, strength, and endurance, and then taper off when necessary, your training becomes seasonal, strategic, and intentional. Your body starts working with you instead of against you. Your dancing feels effortless. Your stamina skyrockets so that even when your teacher says last time for the 52nd time, you can still keep going. Your recovery improves so you're not walking into class like this every day. And your performance quality stays high so you're not burning out every 2 months. That's the true hidden benefit of cross-training. Cross-training doesn't just make you stronger, it makes your entire career more sustainable. And everyone wants a sustainable future. So you're probably wondering, what do I do? How do I cross-train? Well, you're going to use a very simple program. You're going to train your legs. You're going to do a push exercise, a pull exercise for the upper body, and core. You're going to do this 3 to 5 times a week, depending on your dancing schedule, of course. It doesn't have to be difficult, guys. You don't need to do major split programs where you're training one body part per day, although you can do that if you want. Keeping it simple to legs, push, pull, core, and then training with the parameters of strength, low reps, high weight, hypertrophy, moderate weight, and moderate reps. Endurance, low weight, high reps. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And just adapt your exercises so you're not training the same body parts every day. So for example, you could do squats, push horizontally, pull horizontally, and something for your abdominals. And then the next day, you could do deadlifts, push vertically, pull vertically, and then train your back. Training both sides of the core is also very important because then we become unbalanced. You don't want to become unbalanced because that would really suck, because then you're going to get injured, and injuries are not good because then you won't be able to spend lots of time in the studio. So make sure you train balance. Does that make sense, guys? It's really not that hard. And you can get rid of these because guess what? You've got to progressively overload to get stronger. If you just did the exact same ballet combinations every single day for the rest of your life, do you think you would get better? It's the same with cross training. You have to change the variables of your training in order to adapt and get better. Sometimes you need to work faster. Sometimes you need to work slower. You need to increase your weights. Sometimes you decrease your rest times. It's all about adaptation and changing the variables that are going to get you the results you need. Cross training is no longer optional for dancers, guys. It's the formula that makes your body stronger, your technique cleaner, your artistry freer, and longevity possible. When you train smarter, you dance stronger. If you want more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button. And remember to practice for many years.